Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a little while since we've taken a look at some Gundam Converge stuff. You guys know that I love Gundam Converge, that I'm an avid Gundam Converge collector, so we're going to be taking a look at the new box here. This is the Operation Jaburo collection. Do you guys say Jaburo? Jaburo? Where do you guys put the inflection on that? I've always I go back and forth. I think these days I'm sticking with Jaburo. But anyway, this one has some kind of new versions of some familiar Gundam Converge figures that we've seen before. But there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. If you guys are fans of the One Year War original Gundam series, then you're probably going to want to check this one out. Let's go ahead and get into it here for today's video. So as usual, this is a box of 10 here. As you can see, this is kind of like your store display box. It's meant to be torn there, but it does show you around on the sides what is going to be included in here. We've got the Operation Jaburo version of the RX-782 Gundam, the Operation Jaburo version. That's going to be, they're all just Operation Jaburo version of Guncannon, Guntank, Jim, Char's Zigok, and regular Zigok, but because it's 10 in a box, that means we are going to have doubles. Kind of hoping that it's maybe doubles of the Jim, because I think we'll have one of each of the Zigoks, and then maybe two of the Guncannon, two of the Jim, maybe, I think is probably what it's going to be, but let's go ahead and open it and find out. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably going to be two of each, except for the Zigoks, which we have two of, one of each of the color of them, because it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anyway, so let's see. And yeah, looks like that. No, actually, interesting. So we've got two of the Gundam, two of the Guncannon, two of the Guntank, only one Jim, and two Char Zigok and one regular Zigok. That's very interesting, because I mean, you would think like Char Zigok is Char's custom unit. There really only needs to be one. There really should only be one. So that means that the Jim, which is probably arguably like the most mass-produced unit out of all of these, is the one that we only have one of. Kind of interesting. So I was about to say that, as always, I'm going to go in numerical order, but these are actually not numbered, as most of the Converge figures are numbered in like kind of the main line, because I guess these are like alternate versions. They aren't. So we're going to start off here with the RX-782 Gundam, which is in the real type color scheme, which I absolutely love, which is one of the main reasons why I love this set so much, just for this Gundam. So I'm very glad that we have two of the real type Gundam here in this one. Looks so nice. On the back side of the box, as usual, you can see the rest of the lineup in this particular series. On the sides and the top and bottom of the box, there's not really too much to see there, but really cool looking Gundam. Let's go ahead and pop it open. I will say that this box was much easier to open than before. Usually it's kind of a struggle and I end up tearing everything, but this one opened very cleanly, which I can appreciate. We do, of course, have our chewing gum here included. It looks like in here we've got the bazooka, the beam rifle, the V-fin, the stand, and then the main Gundam's body there. So it's really cool the fact that it includes the beam rifle and the bazooka, because we have two. You could have one displayed with the bazooka and one displayed with the beam rifle. I like it. Let's go ahead and get it put together. All right, here he is put together, and I gotta say, it looks great. It's a fantastic way to start off this series. And here's something that I did notice. We have camouflage printed on the base also, which is very cool. I think very fitting for this set, especially very fitting for the real type Gundam here. So I absolutely love this. It looks great. The pre-printing of all the colors on it is really nicely done. You know, occasionally you have bits where the painting, you get like a little bit of overspray or something like that. It's not very clear in certain areas because it is just a little candy toy at the end of the day, but everything on this does look really nice. You have some little metallic bits around, like for the backpack and the joints. The face looks really good. That clear yellow for the eyes looks really nice. The V-fin's not bent or anything, so I don't really need to worry about that. The beam rifle also looks very cool. You have EFSF kind of molded in there in the side of the beam rifle. You also have that there for the shield as well. And then not to mention the EFSF logo there printed on the front of the chest. So it looks really nice. The bazooka as well is going to look really cool. Oh, actually, I just am now realizing this. We can actually just attach the bazooka onto the back skirt, can't we? There you go. That actually plugs onto there like that when not held in the hand, which just makes this look even that much more awesome. So really cool. Okay, great way to start this set off. Let's go ahead and move on then to the Guncannon, which again looks very cool here in Converge form, especially there in the visor, all the detail behind that clear blue. Looks pretty awesome. We're gonna once again have camouflage, but it looks like maybe the camouflage, well, I'm not sure. Maybe it's the same color. I was gonna say maybe it's a different color, but it looks like maybe it's the same. But we got the standard beam rifle there for the Guncannon. It doesn't look like we're gonna have any alternate weapons or anything like that, and I'm not sure. Oh no, yeah, it does. Oh man, so it's got the cannons or the missile pods for the backpack, so you're gonna be able to have some options there with that. Very cool. There's our gum, and here is all of what we got in here with this one. Got the main figure there with the cannons attached, the base, the antennas for the back of the head, and then our missile pods here separately. And on a side note, if you guys are wondering what I do with all the gum from these, because I definitely don't eat it, what I usually end up doing with it in like recent years is I'll just save it up, and then whenever I send something to Josh in Australia, I usually send him a bunch of this gum from my Converge figures. I have no idea what he does with it, but I send it to him. Here he is all put together, and once again looks fantastic. I really like this very bright red for it. Some people may not. I mean, that's just a kind of personal preference thing, but I think that this very bright red that this is molded in looks really fantastic here for the Guncannon, and this like very kind of purplish, really shiny metallic color they're used for the backpack and the cannons also may not appeal to everyone, but I think it does look quite cool, very unique. And then of course, like I said, the clear blue and the kind of very shiny metallic, I think painted in behind that with the details there for the visor looks fantastic as well. Once again, we have the EFSF logo printed on the chest, the antennas on the backpack, very nice. Really nice detail all around here on this, and once again we have the camo there on the base. The beam rifle looks really cool. And one thing I don't always show you guys in these videos, but they are fully detailed underneath the feet as well. So if you wanted to put this up on like a base where you have it floating or try to make it look like it's flying or something like that, you got full detail underneath the feet as well. And then like I said, we have the missile pods. So you could do like one of each, one cannon, one missile pod, or you can just swap those out. I think probably it looks like you would have to take off the backpack and plug that in there. I'm just gonna leave the cannons on mine for now. But again, really cool just to see that you have these included in here as an option. I do really like that. Up next then, that brings us to the Guncannon's counterpart, the Guntank, which again looks really cool. It looks like we also have the EFSF logo printed on the chest. Some really nice metallic paint used on this. Not sure if we're gonna have any option parts for it, because there's not really too much, again, I think you could really have for option parts. Like the cannons, the arm, like the cannon arms are also gonna just kind of all be the same, I think. But again, the clear part there for the head, the canopy on it looks fantastic. Let's go ahead and pop the top, and yeah, once again, these boxes in this series also open easier than previous ones, and it looks like we've got some stuff on a runner in this case. We've got the antenna parts for the head on the runner. I guess that's just to make sure that they don't get bent or damaged in the packaging, so we will have to cut those out and clean up the nubs on those. There's our cannons, there's the base, and there's the main body there. All right, here it is all put together. Yeah, it looks fantastic on here. It doesn't actually plug onto the base. Normally there's like the little peg and it would kind of sit right on there, but the Guncannon does not in this case. You just kind of rested on there. I guess for stability, the peg is nice just so you know that it's not gonna, like the figure's not gonna fall over. You don't really have that concern with the Guncannon just because of the design. I'm not worried about it falling over, of course, but it would be nice just so that it's like actually like stuck on there in a fixed position. So it might just like make a peg in here, just drill a hole through there. But you can see again, really nice painting on this. I gotta say, so far going through this series, the quality is like some of the best that I've seen in the Converge series ever. All the painting looks nice, the clear part looks fantastic. On the red parts that I had to cut out and take off the nubs on those, that isn't like a softer type plastic, so you don't have to worry about like accidentally breaking those or anything. But it is like a white plastic, so when you cut it out, you will have, it's gonna be very difficult to see, but like a little bit of like a visible nub there just because it's red painted white soft plastic. But that's mostly hidden, so it's not really too big of a deal. Let's go ahead and move on to the Jim then, our lonely Jim. So sad for him, but he does look very nice once again. Just the design, I mean the proportions, the molding on this does look really good. Again, I don't think we're gonna have any options with this because the Jim just basically has this beam spray gun, and that's really kind of all that the Jim really tends to pack. But let's go ahead and see here. There is the main body. There's the stand, and there's the shield and the beam spray gun, and yep, that's it. Okay, so here it is, and yeah, this series just looks so good. I love the colors here on this, and really nice attention to detail. If you take a look up close, you can see that the main color of the Jim is in that kind of slightly minty green kind of tone of white, whereas the white on the shield is in a more just kind of standard white. It's that really nice attention to detail that I can really appreciate. The visor looks fantastic, has a little bit of kind of like a frosted top coat to it, which does just make it look kind of really cool, I think, there, but you can still see the detail in behind the clear part, which looks awesome. the beam spray gun here, very cute, very cool little weapon there on the backside. A little bit of detail painting could go a long way just to fill in some of these details, maybe fill in some of the panel lining, just because this one does have a lot of white on it, a little bit of a scuff mark right there on the side, but not too big an issue there. That will probably wipe off. But again, it looks fantastic, really cool, love it. For the ZakuAurelius now then, let's go ahead and take a look at these in tandem, just because I think they're going to be exactly the same, just different colors here obviously. So Char's ZakuAurelius and the regular ZakuAurelius, even the markings on it look the same, how you just have the Xeon logo printed in yellow there on the front of the body. I don't think we're going to have any custom Char markings on the Char's color one, which would be cool if it had like the Char marking around on the arm or on the head or something like that. I think would have been nice, but it looks like probably the only difference is just going to be the color. So inside Char's version, we've just got the claws there separated, the base and the body. And inside the mass production type, it's gonna be looking like the same thing, the body there, the base, and the claws. All right, yeah, so here they are. And interestingly, none of the colors are the same. I mean, the bases are the same here once again, but even like the parts that you might expect to be the same, like the kind of mechanical bits of the arms there or the claws, are gonna be slightly different in the two different versions. For the claws, you can see on Char's ZakuAurelius is more of like kind of a warm light gray. On the mass production type, it's a very light blue. The mechanical color also going to be a little bit different here. The main color, though, looking very cool, really interesting, the difference between the two. Going around here onto the back side as well, really nice details all around. And then a really cool, interesting feature here. I mean, these aren't really meant to be articulated, but of course you can kind of raise the arm if you wanted to have it raised to look like it's kind of firing or using its claw there. And then you can also pop off the head and you can very slightly adjust the angle of the eye. It's on a little tiny little ball joint in there, so you can kind of make it look like it's a little bit more off to one side just by doing like that. It's a small bit of movement, but it is a nice little feature there added into that. So again, the quality on this though looks really nice, really great. There's not really much in the way of any kind of fit issues or overspray. All the painting looks good. The pre-printed logo there, the Xeon logo on the chest, looks really nice. Very good. Alright guys, so there we have it. Let's take a look at the full set. I have to say, and if you couldn't already tell, I'm very impressed, very pleased with this set. The quality is really, really good, and the quality of Converge figures generally usually is pretty good, but sometimes you have, you know, kind of a little bit plus or minus in terms of the quality of this series, and this series definitely, at least the box that I got, is really, really good, so I'm very happy with that. The figures look great. The colors, everything are all really cool, with these being kind of just alternate versions of figures that we've got before. You know, if these are, some of these are ones that you maybe already have in your collection, you're wondering if you really want to pick up a set or individuals of ones that maybe you already have, I would say that the colors on these and the pre-printed markings and everything all make them really, really nice. So I'm really happy with these new versions in this set. It's a very cool set. If you guys are fans of the 1 Year War mobile suits, like I said at the start, then I think you'll really enjoy this set. I think it's a bit odd that they included 2 Char's ZakuAurelius rather than 2 Jims, but you know, other than that, not really too much that I can say in the way of any kind of complaints with this set. Very happy with it, but let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. What's your favorite from the set? Probably going to be difficult to decide, although I think I probably would have to give it to the ARC-72 Gundam. I just love how that looks there with the bazooka mounted on the back, and in the real type color scheme, it looks so cool. But there's a lot of great options here to choose from. If you are a fan of the Jim, if you're a fan of the Guncannon, if you're a fan of any of these particular mobile suits in this series, I have to imagine that you're probably loving how they look here in Converge form. But let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section. And of course, if you want to check out some Converge stuff or more in the way of model kits and paints and tools and supplies, of course, you guys can check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store down there below the video. Check that out. And as always, guys, thank you so much for all of your support, whether it be liking the video, commenting, or subscribing. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, hope you all have a great day. We'll see you guys later.